Welcome to JD's Steel Auto. My name's Jeff. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you for joining me. The other day, on my last video of the bench update of the 68 Camaro, someone commented on my headlights, the UV resin I used on my headlights. And the question they had, and the question came from Ray Russell 6258, said if it was possible to paint it or mix paint. I do not mix paint like like the testers paint. I'm not positive how that would turn out. I never tried it. I do use, to me it's transparent paint, and I do use that, and I'll tell you what, we'll just hop to the bench and I'll show you exactly how I do it. And this is just my way of doing it. There is other ways of doing it. They did mention about using pigments in it, but I haven't tried that yet. But I tell you what, we'll just go to the bench and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, now that we're at the bench, this is the kit I use. It's a starter kit. I got it on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description of it. I'm not affiliated of any sort with this kit. I'll just put in the description and so you can take a look at it. If you don't have one or you want to see about getting one. What's in the kit is you get 2 bottles of resin, which will last you like forever. You get your light. You get a mat, and as you can tell, I never use it. You get 2 of these cups. And you get a couple of these, I'm going to say latex or silicone. These are silicone cup and tools. So and this is the UV light you get with it. And it is ran by USB. It's on its own little stand, and it runs perfect off of the USB, and it's the right height for these parts, small parts. So we'll set that out to the side. And so now here's some parts I've done earlier. This is what it'll look like with the taillights. Let me zoom in some. This is what they look like. This is just part of one taillight. This one's a little deep. These are from Mustang, a Mustang that I have, that Fox body style Mustang, and the difference with these ones here, they're a little bit on the deep side, as here I'll show you. If you just see right here, these are a little deep, and you can tell by the tip of the toothpick. And you don't want it that thick, because it'll never harden. You have to do layer, little by layer, but I found a different way of doing it for those. This is the one that the taillights I did, but you have to play with the color to do it the right way. This is a little bit light for a taillight. And these taillights are from 66 Nova, and the pieces, the taillights on these ones are really, really thin. So you only need real, real little. So, and it'd be easy for it to harden in 1-2 tries, or 1 or 2 rounds of this, because you did 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and 150 in each one of these. So I'll show you how I mix this real, so how I mix them, and so you can get that same results. And here's a marker light with the yellow. And like I said, I never use rubber paint. I never tried. They did say use pigments. I've never tried that either. I do plan on looking into getting pigments. I am using Tamiya's clear red and yellow. And this is the X27 clear red. This is the X24 clear yellow. I haven't done it before. I am going to plan on trying to do it is the clear blue. So I'll show you how I mix it, and I'm just going to resituate the camera real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I use one of these. I got these at Hobby Lobby. You get like 10 of them in a pack. They're throwaways. And that's what I use to mix them in. Let me resituate the camera a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Now, what I do, and we'll go ahead and start with the taillight. I get that and a toothpick. I'll back this off a little more. Now I'll mix this up real good. Now I do use 2 toothpicks. I will end up using 2 of them. Now we'll take a little bit of resin, and you only need about, I would say, about a drop. That'll be plenty, depending on what you're doing. But usually a drop for a taillight like that is plenty. I'll take, let's see if I can get around here. I'll take about a couple drops of this. I'll mix this up real good. Now, and we'll take this taillight here on the, and we'll turn around and add until, let me get my tweezers out so I can show you a little better. There. Now, let me get my pointer here. You only want to fill it up to this rim here. Being really, really shallow, you just want to fill that area. You don't have to fill it all the way up, just enough to cover the chrome area. So, we'll take that and we'll start filling in that chrome area. And this is not the neatest I've ever done this. And definitely make sure you got no air pockets because it will show. Okay? And try and clean up a little extra you might have got on the rims because it will harden. Okay. Now, we'll plug in a UV light. And take USB-C in the back of it. And a USB to a power source. There. And stick that, we'll stick that light, the tail light underneath there. And wait a couple minutes, and I put it all the way up to 150 seconds. There, now that light's out, bring this out. Ooh, trying to pick this up. And hard as a rock. Sometimes it'll take a couple rounds, you know, for it to harden up all the way. But that's basically what it'll look like with the resin. We'll put it underneath there one more time. Sometimes it'll take a couple times because when we tinted the resin, the UVs sometimes has a hard time getting all the way through in there and harden. So sometimes it will take a couple times. So we'll let this run one more time and we'll be right back. There, light shut off. Now we'll pick up the part and we'll test it. Yep, it's pretty hard. So, after a couple rounds on this taillight, that's what it looks like. And your backup lights you can do too, but that'd be a little on a different way of doing it. Mixing the marker light is the same what. Whoops, excuse me. Sorry for getting out of the camera, but it's the same way. Just take me back off here. There we go. Now the resin never hardens in these containers, so that's why I like these throwaways type. So we'll add another drop of resin. And we'll get, to me, a clear yellow, number X24. And we'll do the same thing. And then we'll mix it up real good. And we'll grab our front bumper and where the marker lights are. Lay it flat and just fill it in enough to cover the area. about, I would say about like that. Being enough to cover that whole area. We'll slide it underneath the UV light. Hit it 3 times. And we'll let it sit until I think they rough it out 2.5 minutes, something like that. So we'll let that go and we'll see how it turns out, see if we have to do a second round or not, and go from there. Okay, now the light's off. We can turn around and pull this out. We can see if it's hardened. Now it looks like we have to do one more round. Using the transparent, the clear paint, you know, that to me is clear yellow and red. It does have its downfalls because it takes longer for it to harden. They do go for like pigments. I ain't got none here. I have to get some. I'll do a more updated video on it when I get some. But I do have a couple other cool things to show you. So we'll let this run and be right back. There. I had to run it one more time, a third time, and it's pretty much hard. Now it is, I mean, it's worth the wait because it has a really, really good effect. I really like the way it comes out and looks. But if you can look, I mean, once you get it 2-3 times. Now this ain't perfect. I didn't take my time with it. But you just see the effect it gives you. This is the effect you're looking for. This is what I did earlier. But that's how you do the yellow tint. Now, this is pretty cool here. This is the rear bumper of a 57 Chevy. And you can see I painted where the backup light's white. Now this is where you could paint underneath of it. And if you take just a little bit of resin, a little bit of clear resin, give yourself a toothpick. Now with this bumper, the fun part is you're going to need a clamp to hold it. You're going to need a clamp to hold it straight up. So to see, you know, be right there at the light. But you take it and do the same thing, but just fill it over top of the white. Now we take it and we'll do it again. 3. And we'll let it sit and we'll be back. Okay, it's all done. And the backup light of the 57 Chevy, let me zoom in here. And you can see the clear lens of the 57 Chevy's taillight. I'm sorry it's all blur, but you can see the clear light on it and with the white underneath of it, which is, I think, is a pretty cool effect. Now, even a better thing to do is we got the dashboard of a 55 Ford F100. And you can see we put the decal in, but there's it's kind of, blah. But on vehicles, they have a clear window in them. So, we do the same thing. We take the dashboard and we'll fill that in. Same way. Until we get everything covered. We fill it up till it's covered everything. Now we'll set that underneath the UV light. Oh, yeah, leveled out here. There we go. Level it out. One more time, and we'll be right back. Okay, and it shows you that using the UV resin, your possibilities are unlimited, and especially what you can do with it, making headlight lenses and everything. Soon as I get more information, more detail on what can be used to tint resin, pigments and stuff like that today, I was reading about. I'll make a more updated video on this the more I get into it. But until then, I thank everybody for watching. I thank all my subscribers that subscribed, all my viewers. It means a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little bell icon for notifications. Leave a comment if you have any questions or anything like that. And that'll be it. And so, until the next time, y'all have a good one.